Hi everyone, welcome back to ShommyX. So today we're going to be talking about subjects. Subject, basically, they are courses, all the subjects that your school is taking. So there are a lot of things we can do here. The first thing that we have here is new subject. So new subject means if we want to add any subject into our school library. So let's say we want to add Igbo language. We can click on add subject. So Igbo language is going to be part of, where is it? Right here. Igbo language is going to be part of our subject in our school, right here. And then if we click on any subject, for example, let's click on Igbo language. As you can see, everything is blank, right? Because it says classes taking this subject. There is no class that is taking this subject, right? So let's click on back. Let's go and assign this Igbo language to a class, right? So if we come down here, we're going to see assign to class. So what we're going to do first is select a class you want to assign any subject to. Let's say primary 1. We want our primary 1 class to know how to speak Igbo, right? So if we select primary 1, these are all the courses all the subjects that primary 1 is already doing, right? As you can see, all the courses that they are already doing, but we want them to be taking Igbo language. We're just going to click on it and come down, then click on save subject. After we click on that, if we go back to the Igbo language, it's asking us that who is the lead teacher, who is the teacher, subject teacher taking this Igbo language course. Then if we click here, we can select the teacher that is taking the course, right? We can select, say, Ngozi Eze. That's even perfect, Igbo. So once we select that, it's asking us that does this course, Igbo language, does it have like a co-teacher? Maybe if another teacher is taking it, we can select it. Emeka Obi. Let's say Emeka Obi is the co-teacher that is taking Igbo language as well, the teacher that is, taking it. And then if we have maybe 10 teachers that are taking the course, the subjects, we can keep adding them. Let's add another person and see. You see, immediately we had a person as well. It's asking us to add another person, right? So which means we can add many people to one subject. And right here, if Igbo language has a subject code, let's say IB 101, we can put it here. And then let's go back and save. Now, after we save it, let's first go back to that Igbo language now. These are all the catalog, right? So if we click on Igbo language now, as you can see, it shows us that this class, primary 1, is taking Igbo language. Let's say primary 2 as well. Let's say primary 2 is taking Igbo language too. Let's go back. Let's go to assign to class, primary 2. Let's click Igbo language. And then let's save it. So we can assign a teacher as well. Let's assign another teacher, Adoni Okafor. And then let's give it a code. As we can see, which means the class teacher that is taking Igbo language for primary 1, when we are configuring primary 2, we can select another class teacher for that course, right? So the code Igbo IB 202, and then let's save it. So if we go back to Igbo language right here in the catalog, as we can see, Igbo language now, 2 classes are taking Igbo language. So now we can now open the library of each of the class. And there's a lot of things we can do with the library. And here as well, we can edit. If you want to edit the class teacher or the course code, the subject code. So as you can see, it's showing 0 notes, 0 test, 0 exam. Let's open primary 1 Igbo language course. As you can see, there's a lot of things we can do here. Number 1, we have a lesson note. This way we can store all our lesson notes for Igbo language primary 1. So if we come here, add lesson notes, this is a full, a full page where we can use to type our lesson notes. We can say week 1, introduction to Igbo, and then we can type our lesson notes here. What is Igbo? And then we can design this just like the way we are designing Microsoft Word. As we can see, we can put it in the middle, then start typing. Igbo is a language in Nigeria, so from the eastern part we can type. And then there is a lot of tools we can use here. As we can see, we can use this to undo, to redo. We can even give it a color, right? We can give it color, this color, and then we can include a link. We can include picture. We can include a table. This is a table feature right here. Insert table is going to insert a table there. Let's try it. As you can see, insert a table. We can type in the table. But let's undo it. And then we can draw. We can use this to draw. As we can see, we can use it to draw shapes. You know, insert into notes. The shape is gonna come here. The things that we drew. So which means we can use it to compose our lesson note. And then if it is mathematics, there are a lot of mathematics equation that we can use if it is mathematics right here. And then one cool feature which we can also use for our lesson note is this AI. We can use AI to generate our lesson note. So if you click on AI, it's going to ask us what's the topic. You can say Igbo language. So we can say introduction to Igbo language. That's the course, right? And then we can click generate. It's going to help us to generate a lesson note automatically for this topic. As we can see, let's review our lesson notes. This is a full lesson notes. It said introduction to Igbo language, learning objective. As you can see, pupils will be able to identify and say simple Igbo words and greetings. Introduction. Igbo, also known as Igbo, is a language spoken by many. As you can see, it helps us to generate our lesson notes. Kedu, how are you? Adim. As you can see, this AI. As you can see, simple Igbo words we use every day. Ne. This is a lesson note that the AI has helped us to generate. And then if there is anything you need to improve in it, you can click on improve right here. You can say improve writing, simplify, or you can describe your own, you know, that make it for maybe a nursery school. You know, it's going to tone the words down to fit the class, you know. That's one of the cool features that we have here. And then if we now come down here, let's say you don't want to use this to type your lesson note, and then you don't want to use AI as well. Maybe you already have your lesson notes in Microsoft Word or PDF. You can just click here and upload your lesson notes, and then, you know, it's going to be there. So that is for that. So let's click add lesson notes. So once we click on add lesson notes, as you can see, it is part of our lesson notes first term. If we click it, we're able to read it. And then this is a CA test. We can use it to write our test, and then we can use AI as well to write our test. We can say set 10 questions about Igbo language. So that is how we can do that with our test. Exam, we can use it to set our examinations, and then this is the teachers that are taking this subject. So that is everything about subjects. So I'm going to do a quick recap. So if you come to the subject tab, it shows you your subject catalog, which means all the subjects in your school. And then from here, it will show which classes are taking the subject. So to assign a subject to a class, come down here, select the class, and then tick the subject. If you want to remove a subject from class as well, come down here, untick it, and click on save. So that is everything about subject tab. And bye-bye. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.